Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're in the bathroom because I'm going to be showing you how I clean my brushes, my beauty blenders, everything like that, and I'm also going to clean my makeup eraser. I'm going to speed up a lot of these so that you don't have to watch me wash every single brush that I have because we'd be here for a really long time, but I'm going to show you how I do all of that. And I'll just go through it and show you everything I use and how I store them while they're drying. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna try and talk when the water isn't on, because if the water was on, you wouldn't be able to hear me. But basically what I'm gonna do to clean everything is, for my brushes, I actually just use, this is baby wash. So I just use this and my brush egg. I got this on Amazon for like $2, and it's made of like a rubbery silicone, and you use that so that you're not like doing it on your hand, and it just washes the makeup out really well, but you'll see how that works. And I just use a mild baby soap because it's mild and it doesn't hurt my brushes or anything like that, but it still works really, really well. So that's what I'm going to use on the brushes. And then for my beauty blenders, I'm going to use the liquid blender cleanser. I also have a mini one of these solid cleansers, but I'm waiting until my blender cleanser is out before I switch to that. So I'm going to use this. This is like $15, but I've had this for about a year now and I'm just about to run out. So I'm going to use that on my beauty blender. And then to clean my makeup eraser, I'm also going to use the baby soap. I do use warm water when I do this as well, but it works with cold water too. I just use warm water because I feel like you should use warm water. Let's start with the beauty blender. I have two here. One of them has powder and highlight on it, and the other one just has foundation and concealer. So I'm just gonna wet these and then get the blender cleanser. It just pumps out the top, and then I just go and coat it and just start rubbing, and you'll be able to see the makeup just coming out of there and dripping down into the sink. You just wet it and massage it. You want to be gentle with your beauty blender as well, because you don't want to rip it, but you want to be firm enough that makeup is still coming out. So you can just see all of that delicious foundation coming out. I probably use more blender cleanser on this than you actually need to, but I like it to be really clean. I also don't clean my beauty blender every day. They recommend that you clean it every day, but I don't have time for that. I don't have the money to keep replacing this. I don't have the money to replace my beauty blender as much as they want, so I just make sure that when I am cleaning it, I'm doing a good job. And so you just kind of want to rub and wash and rinse until all of the stains are out. You'll be able to tell if something is actually stained or if it's just makeup still in the sponge when you rinse it away. If the water is running clear, it means that your blender is just stained and there's not more makeup sitting inside of it. And then when you're done cleaning it, squeeze it out as much as you can to get as much water out. And then I just set it back on the container that it comes from and rotate it once it's dried a little bit so that it gets a chance to rotate. But I'm just gonna set that out of the way and move on to this blender. This is my older one, so this one is not gonna end up as clean. But I'm just doing the same thing, just kind of massaging and squeezing out all the makeup. So like I said, this one's older, so it doesn't get as clean and it's more stained, but I just do the same thing with that and set it aside so you can see the difference between the newer one and the older one. Let's go ahead and clean the makeup eraser. I just get that really, really warm and wet and just pump some of the baby soap onto it, and then take it and kind of fold it on itself and rub it. You're supposed to clean this after every time you use it, and I didn't last time, so it actually dried with all this makeup on, so hopefully it comes out. Oh look, there it is. You can see I just squirted the makeup everywhere. And then if there's areas that are more stained like this, I'll just add a little bit more soap and rub it in, and then just wring it out, and I just hang this up on the towel rack to dry. All right, let's get into the brushes because you're gonna be able to see the biggest difference in my brushes. Let's go ahead. This is a shadow brush and it's supposed to be like white and pink. As you can see, it is not. So I just wet the brush first, and I always hold it with the brush head down, because if you hold it up, water will sink into the shaft of the brush and you can ruin your brush. So just wet the brush, and then I'll just pump on some soap just directly onto the brush. And then with my brush egg, you can see that there's two separate types here. There's like this little part and then this stripy part. I use for my eye brushes, I use up here. So you just take this and just rub it in. It needs more water. And you're just gonna go ahead and just rub it out, and you can see all of the makeup coming out of the brush, falling into the sink. I need to clean these more often, so it's really gross. Get it nice and soapy. Using the brush egg is so much easier than using your hands, and your hands aren't gonna get dried out and disgusting. I would highly recommend the brush egg. It was only a couple of dollars on Amazon. Squeeze out the extra water. You can use a towel for this too. And then as you can see, the brush is clean, and I lay them flat to dry. If you had the means to store them upside down, that would be best, but I don't. So I usually just take a towel and kind of dry it off a little bit and then lay it flat to dry. Let's do a face brush. This one is one that I use for highlighter. You can see that it is pink. This is normally a white brush, so I'm gonna wet it and put a bigger pump of soap on this. I don't really worry about how much soap I'm using because this was like $4 for an enormous bottle of soap. And then for a face brush, I'm gonna use this ridged part of the brush egg and just go in circular motions. And I'm not applying too much pressure to the brush either. Like, I'm not trying to like destroy the brush. Just enough pressure so that makeup is coming out of the bristles. And then, as you can see, clean and good as new. I do have to wash all of my brushes because I haven't in a while, so I'll go through the ones that are like really, really dirty so that you can see how clean they get. But for the most part, I'm gonna speed up this video. But if you want to keep watching me clean my makeup brushes, because I think it's kind of interesting to see how clean they get, just keep watching. Otherwise, now you know how to clean my makeup brushes, my makeup eraser, and my beauty blenders. So I hope you learned something. Leave me a comment if you have any more questions and I'll try to get back to you, but I am just gonna wash some more of these and I'll speed them up for the camera. Okay, so that is the end of my brush cleaning video. I hope you learned something. I hope that you enjoyed watching all of my brushes get clean. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.